Hey again everyone, so this is another tag video, and this is the inside and out book tag, and this was started by MathomBooks, but I first saw it on Sue's channel, but I will link this back to MathomBooks. And it's another acronym tag, and I have it all written down so that I don't forget anything. Okay, inside flap or back of the book, summaries, too much info or not enough, discuss. I don't like it when they put too much information on the back of the book, because then they've briefly told you the whole book. I could have just logged on to Spark Notes or something and looked that up. I don't want to know everything. There has to be some element of surprise. Similarly, if it's too brief, I don't know what it's about. I hate it when they just put a tagline on the back of the book and I'm like, right, what am I supposed to do with that? I think the back of the book has to introduce you to the world the book is set in. So you need to know, is it dystopian? Is it, I don't know, a historical? Or is it just light and fluffy contemporary? You need to know that. Also who it's about, you know, who's narrating the story, but just not give too much detail, but just a brief outline of the setting and who it's about. I don't really want to know the whole thing. Okay, new book. What form do you want it in? Audiobook, ebook, paperback or hardcover? Be honest. Hardback or paperback, really. I do own a Kindle, so I do buy ebooks, but normally if it's something I really want, then I want to own the physical copy of it. So it depends. I mean, if it comes out in a hardback and it's something that I really want, like I'm obsessing over, then I'll buy it in hardback. Or sometimes paperback. It depends also on like finances as well. If I've got the money to buy it in paperback, hardback even, I'll buy hardback. But book releases are a bit funny here in the UK. Sometimes we have to wait a lot longer for a book that's already come out in the US. And what has come out in the US in hardback may come out here in paperback with different covers and all that kind of crap. But ideally paperback, I think, because it's cheaper, which means I can buy more. But if I want it to look nice, then I'll buy it in hardback. Scribble while you read. Do you like to write in your books, taking notes, making comments, or do you keep your books clean? Tell us why. I hate writing in books. It is a sin, to be honest. I just can't do it. No, it's awful. I collect my books, you know. I don't read them and then pass them on or sell them or get rid of them. I keep them. So I want to keep them for as long as possible in the best condition possible. And writing in them is not conducive to keeping them nice. I do own like post-it and little note things that I can slip in to books if I really feel the need to keep a note. I don't tend to do this. I only do this with like my class books that I have to take notes on. But other than that, no, none at all. It's horrible. I wouldn't dream of writing onto the page. Like I see some people actually take their highlighters and highlight text. I'm like, yes, that quote is awesome, but I'm not gonna highlight it. No. In your best voice, read for us your favourite first sentence from a book. Okay. I'm gonna go all cliche now. It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a wife. I don't need to tell you what that's from. Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I think that's one of the best opening sentences to a book you could possibly ask for. I think it conveys Jane Austen's own personality and her wit, and it also gets across the time period as well as Elizabeth Bennet's own intelligent character. I think you have a triple whammy there of setting up this book, and I love it. D. Does it matter to you whether the author is male or female when you're deciding on a book? What if you're unsure of the author's gender? It really doesn't matter. I was flicking like through my library and most of the books I have are written by women, but that's not, like, I don't pick them because they're written by women. They just seem to write more in that genre, in the YA genre, in the paranormal genre, than men do. I don't really know why, but they just seem to. But no, if it doesn't make a difference to me. If they were writing a paranormal romance, I would still pick it up if a man wrote it. It doesn't really make a difference. E. Ever read ahead, or have you ever read the last page way before you got there? Do confess thy sins, foul demon. I try not to do this. But in the past, yes, I have done it. Simply when the tension is just too much to bear and I need to know. I did read the last page of City of Glass, third book in the Mortal Instruments. Yes, I did. I'm sorry, but I needed to know what happened. I don't do it so much now, though. I have learned to control my impulses. But my family always thought it was weird that I would even think about doing that. But I don't know, it just came naturally. I just wanted to know. Oh. Organised bookshelves or outrageous bookshelves? There used to be some sort of semblance of order to my bookshelves. Well, there still sort of is. It tends to be by genre, and I do keep series together and authors together and things like that. But now it tends to be what best fits where, so most efficient space-wise. But someone could come in and totally figure out my bookshelf. They totally could. You, under oath, have you ever bought a book based on the cover alone? I thought when I read this, yeah, there's loads, but I can't. I thought there would be more than there are, and I'm sure there are some that I picked up just for the cover, but I could only really find 3. Everlasting by Angie Fraser. It has this beautiful, like, pale blue and purple map of the world. It's really, really pretty. I just think that's a gorgeous looking book, and I didn't really understand what it was about when I bought it. And see, look at that for a synopsis. It's tiny. Ugh, tiny. Chime by Franny Billingsley. Again, had no clue what this is about, but the cover is gorgeous. And again, on the back of this book, it's just a load of buzzwords. That doesn't tell me what the book is about, who it's about. Ugh. And then, The Fairy Ring. I did kind of have an idea what this was about, but what clinched it was the cover. I just thought it was gorgeous and I had to have it in my collection. T. Take it outside to read or stay in. I'm a stay in person. I don't even like to read out in the garden. I don't like the glare on the book. Being outside reading just makes me uncomfortable. I just get too hot and uncomfortable, and I don't like it. Obviously, I don't read in the rain. I do take my books out, in that if I go to visit my grandparents, I'll take my book up for the evening. Or to college, I take my book in my bag, but physically sit outside and read, I don't like this. And there's a lesson to be learnt, because my friend was reading book 2 in the 50 Shades. She recently bought a Kindle and she downloaded a load of books, and she had she was 83% through, I think it was, and it was a sunny day, and she's like, oh, I'll just finish the book, I didn't have that long, and she burnt. And that is why I do not read outside, because it's just no. So that was the tag. I don't know how many people have not done this tag yet, but whoever's watching this that hasn't, please feel free to do the tag. And happy reading.